Hello, and welcome to this live stream on the All About Now channel. Hello, I am here. I'm Meghnad. I am the host of Explain Like I'm 10 and How to Citizen. And with me is the host of Page 10,
It's 10. Yes.
Abbas. Yes,
Hello.
hello. I was like, has it aged well, B? But like, I
Yes.
was like,
Different stream, different channel.
different stream, different channel. So, as you guys know, we do these AMAs every once in a while to just get general feedback, just hang out with you guys, just chat with you. We do have some feedback over the last 2 months. I think 2 months ago, 3 months ago is when we did the last live. And
Yeah.
this time, there's some feedback about page 10 as well. And also, our episode on liberalism,
Yeah.
Abbas. So, I was like, yes. and there is feedback on the ideology series in general as well.
Okay.
So yeah, so then we can get started. But other than that, Abbas, do you have anything to add to this?
Not really always welcome to get any feedback from people. I remember when we started the show, I was a little jittery because I'm not a journalist. But over the many episodes that we've done, I think finally getting a hang of the show. So yeah,
Yeah.
always open to any kind of feedback, good or bad.
Yes, that's precisely it. That's what we are all about, and that's what the session is. And also, guys, if you have any other random question to ask, please. This is like an
Yes.
AMA as well, so keep the chat busy. We have one people, one world, hand pink waving us because that's an emoji. वो यहाँ पे hand pink waving लिख के आ
Right.
रहा है. Yeah, and see, फिर नीचे भी वही लिख के आ रहा है. And Arjun Kohli, hello. He's also
Hello.
here. Hello. And Vimo Abbas is an amazing host.
Thanks, Vimo.
Vimo.
You're an amazing live streamer.
Yes. And मतलब host ही हो गया ना
हाँ,
वो
हाँ.
भी host है.
Amazing host and myth buster, if I may say so.
Mythbuster.
Yeah.
And guys, so like the idea of again, this is feedback. So we can talk about what all we have done, Abbas. Let's start with page
Sure.
10.
Yeah.
For now, how has the show evolved? What are we doing there?
So I think one of the things when we started was we were always confused about the number of panelists we should have
Hmm.
because initially we started with four
Hmm.
for the initial many episodes. I think we had four, and then I think on one of the occasions we couldn't reach out to someone, so then we were stuck with three. So we did an episode with three, and we realized that in three people we are actually able to get our points across a little better
Yeah.
than four people. So the format is still very open. In a week, if we get two amazing panelists, we'll still do four. But I think the three panel sort of format right now fits.
Hmm.
Also, format wise, it's easy because we can take a break after each panelist and tell
Hmm.
people to listen to other IVM shows
Hmm.
in the break
A- and give ads, Abbas.
and give ads.
Ads.
So yeah, I think that, and I think topics wise also, I think it's a fairly broad spectrum that we
Hmm.
have covered. We don't always want it to be like politics. We have, like last episode we spoke about the Zomato ad
Hmm.
campaign that happened that was taken off. So I think a mix of things is always fun.
Hmm.
I think whenever we have Karan on the episode, he always brings something unique and fun
Yeah.
to topic
Yeah.
to the table.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think still in the stages of figuring out what works, but still in sort of like the experimental stage. But we're getting a sense of
Hmm.
what people really like listening to and watching.
Yeah, that's true. Like Avlok is saying, more panelists, more insane cross laughter and interruptions. Yeah, that's what we noticed as well.
Yeah.
That happens. Even with Cyrus, that happens.
Mm,
But the other thing I think we should also tell people, and guys, please give us feedback on this. We genuinely want to know.
mm,
So we were debating on the ratio of how much the story will be and how much our banter will be after the story. Um, so right now what we are doing is we are reducing the story to just like extreme facts in the beginning, and
mm,
then we are going into the banter bits, but
mm,
meanwhile we will also keep giving you different aspects of the story according to the discussion. So
mm.
would love to hear from everyone or whoever listens to page 10, if you are happy with that format. To the audio listeners, since this is already also going on audio, You can write to us on allaboutnow@pratilipi.com, or you can just DM me or Abbas on Twitter,
Yeah, yeah.
however it is.
By the way, I think I have been shadow banned on Twitter because
What?
our social media person was trying to tag me in the post for this tweet, this live, and she
Huh.
couldn't find my profile when she put in the search bar. So I don't know. I have wrinkled some feathers somewhere.
That's so random.
Yes.
But yeah, so I mean, since Abbas is shadow banned, मुझे ही DM कर दो. So like, क्या कर सकते हैं?
No, so you will find people's replies to my tweets, but you will not
Yeah.
find my profile. So you'll have to go that extra step to DM me now.
Yeah. So there is Arjun who is asking. I had to ask what can a state do in Manipur situation currently, as the houses of ministers are not safe and the clashes are also rapidly going up. We covered this, no, Abbas, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and
Actually, we covered this when the initial spurt of violence happened.
hmm,
I think
hmm,
there was a like a uneven calm, and now again,
hmm,
incidents have flared up. So yeah,
yeah.
that second wave we did not cover.
Right. And
Mm,
the situation there is very complicated, I would
mm,
say. Arjun, just go back and listen to that episode as well, because wahan pe, like, we have explained the geography of the area, of the
yeah.
state where people live, and it's a clash between city folk and tribals, essentially, right? I
Mm,
mean, it's two tribes essentially who are clashing, but it's the Meitei and the Kuki tribes. But essentially, a privileged majoritarian in power tribe is trying to suppress the other, to put it
mhm,
very crudely and simply.
mhm,
And what can a state do?
mm.
A state can actually ensure peace.
Yeah.
I mean, like there are ways to talk to leaders on both sides. There are ways to do peace marches, etc. um Clearly the home minister is not able to do anything wahan pe abhi,
Mm, mm.
because the situation, I mean, a union minister's house got burned,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
he pointed out. So we'll actually cover this again, I
Mm.
think, next week only, I think. We should do an update on the Manipur
Yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah.
so we will do that. mm,
Is there any protocol on calling in a rapid action force or the army? Because has that been done in this
I
case?
think वहाँ पे किया है, like I
Okay.
think I think CRPF and RAF have both been deployed, as far as I
Okay.
know.
Hmm, hmm.
And yeah, and basically they are sending the army and a
Okay.
lot of forces
Hmm,
and etc.
hmm.
to calm the situation down.
Mhm, mhm,
uh, but yeah, complicated things happening there. But
mm.
Arjun will cover this properly again. Like, off
Yeah.
the top of my head, this is just what I read recently.
Mm,
Abbas,
mm.
you want to add anything else?
Not really. Yeah, I mean, my expectation was always that after that initial spurt of violence, some calm will be restored. But if the incidents are just continuing, then I think it's really something that should be in the headlines, honestly,
Hmm.
for every news channel and every media outlet. But again, that northeast ko वैसे ही like we ignore generally, and then so I think this should be given more attention than it is being
Hmm.
given, I think.
No, absolutely. And
Mm.
I mean, TV news to cover kar hi nahi raha hai.
Yeah.
It's very tragic. But yeah, there are a bunch of good independent media houses who have done very good reporting from there.
Mm,
There's this
mm.
video done by News Laundry of this girl who was stuck in that riot, which they have done, which is excellent. I mean, you should definitely watch that. It's
Okay.
crazy, like the amount of things that are happening there.
Mhm.
There was a report on, I believe, like a child and her mother who were going to the hospital were caught
Yeah,
in a riot, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in an ambulance, and horrifying stuff.
Mm,
So
mm.
yeah, those stories are
Okay.
still coming out. Mm. Vimo is saying just leave Twitter, Abbas.
I think about that every single day, but for some reason
Same,
I still stay
same,
back.
same. I had a chat with Vimo on his own channel about this as well.
Right. Okay.
He's counseling me through quitting Twitter. I was like, I'm like, चलो live ही कर लेते हैं. ऐसे. um, uh, there is a question from Avalok again. Heard of the Topori dialogues in Adi Purush. What?
Yeah. So our two of our colleagues, Snehil and Nikhil, went for the film today morning, and
Oh,
yeah. And well, I think they will at some point speak about the movie on some other show. But they were also very surprised that there are dialogues like, and I'm paraphrasing here, but stuff like "तेरे बाप की लंका नहीं है" or stuff like ऐसे जला देंगे.
what?
Yes. So yeah, they've not really stuck to the original text, if I can put it that way.
Whoa. Tomorrow we are going to watch a movie. We had two choices, right?
Okay.
We have a cringe movie watching club. We had two choices. One is
Hmm.
Adi Purush, right?
Hmm.
And the second is Gadar Ek Prem Katha.
Oh, okay.
Think which one we chose.
Gadar?
Yes, the 2001.
Yeah.
It's released in theater again. I think Gadar 2 is also coming out.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, oh, but you should watch Gadar because like the cast very randomly shows up in
So
different cities.
Meghnad, I have to ask you, has Gadar aged well?
I haven't seen it, dude. Abbas,
Oh,
this is the
okay.
first
That's
time
why
I'll
you're
be
going.
watching Gadar. Yeah,
Okay.
but let's do a has it aged well for sure.
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
down. After I watch this, let's do it. Guys, if you don't know, Has It Aged Well is
Yeah.
Abbas's other show. He's the
Yeah.
host of that, where they take like movies from the 90s and 2000s and they ask the question, Has it aged well? Which was the latest episode you did?
So this week's episode was Kyunki Main Jhoot Nahi Bolta, the Govinda film, which
Hey,
was
isn't
part.
that a copy of something else?
Yeah, so it's partly a ripoff of Liar Liar, the Jim Carrey
Liar,
film.
liar. Yes, yes,
But
yes.
that's what I used to think. But on the episode, we realized it's only the last half hour, which is like a ripoff of that. There's a good 2 hour chunk of the film that isn't a copy.
Has it aged well?
Partly, I would say. Govinda's
Oh,
stuff has,
oh,
yeah.
okay.
But there are still some,
Govinda stuff aging well is
there's some
surprising.
fat shaming stuff in there which has not aged well at all. And
Yeah.
also, the cases that they fight in court have not held up very well.
So guys, please go watch that episode as well.
Yeah.
Fun times. Um, so regarding the wait, Tingne Heart Puki, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, is saying regarding the situation of Manipur, Professor Kham Khan Housing, Hyderabad University, had a beautiful explanation. Maybe you could watch some of his interviews. Okay, we'll do. We will look at it, and when we cover the story, we will talk about that as well.
Mhm.
Thank you for that. Um, Avlok is saying Twitter on behalf of T Series is allegedly taking down critical tweets of Adi Purush.
Dude, I
What?
haven't even tweeted about Adipur.
तुझको तो ऐसे ही हटा दिया.
Ah. But this is very
Damn.
surprising considering this is coming after Jack Dorsey said that the government asked them to take down tweets during farmers protest.
Yeah.
तो वो थोड़ा समझ में भी आता है कि हाँ government doesn't want the country to be shown in bad light. Why is T Series doing this for Adi
Do you
Purush?
think T Series cares about Jack Dorsey of all people and what he said? कुछ भी मतलब. T Series. सबसे बड़ा YouTube चैनल दुनिया का.
By the way, if that is the case, then they're not doing a very good job because the Twitter is full of Adi Purush jokes right now.
I haven't really seen.
You
I saw
should.
some screenshots of
Oh,
like some Saif Ali Khan with like multiple heads looking everywhere or something.
yeah.
It's
So
so weird.
आज तक हमने सिर्फ रावण को के 10 सर ऐसे देखे थे 5 on one side and 4 on one
हाँ,
side.
हाँ.
The VFX department of this has mounted 5 heads on top of 5 heads.
Like a grape, like
Yes,
grapes
like a
basically.
bunch of grapes, exactly. Yeah.
Oh God. अच्छा आप रावण का मजाक उड़ा सकते हैं ना?
हाँ हाँ.
हाँ रावण रावण का क्या ले रहे थे उसका तो मजाक उड़ाए. Like, oh, but I also saw like some interviews of I think some people are getting beaten up. Prabhas is in this movie
Yeah. So
and
there
they
are
made
2 videos which have come
uh,
out. One is people are breaking like they're breaking the theater after coming out of the movie. Prabhas fans are so disappointed in the movie that they're literally breaking property while coming out of the movie. And the
okay.
second is, Meghnad, do you know this? That every screening of Adi Purush needs to have one empty seat because that's
Yes.
supposedly, symbolically supposed to be for Lord Hanuman. But apparently, at some screen, एक बंदा उस सीट में बैठ गया,
ओह
तो उसकी
शिट!
पिटाई हुई।
ओह!
तो उस सीट पे कैसे बैठ सकते हो?
तो वो हनुमान जी के गोदी पे बैठ गया बेसिकली।
हाँ,
हाउ
काइंड ऑफ।
डेयर यू
हाउ डेयर
एसेंशियली।
यू?
ओह
या।
वाओ! बट दे आर जेन्युइनली डूइंग दिस लाइक लीविंग वन सीट एम्प्टी?
So I saw one video. Some school was taken to watch this film first day, first show today,
Hmm.
show today, and their class teacher literally took a murti of Hanumanji and put it on the first seat of the first row before the movie began. So ये कुछ जगह तो definitely हो रहा है. I don't know if
My
it's being
good
followed
lord.
everywhere.
Like quite literally, my good lord.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Adipurush must watch, guys. Vimo is saying Karnataka government removed Savarkar editions from textbooks. Do you think that's enough, or should they move forward and add more about the actual history of RSS during the freedom struggle? I hmm. I think it was fine talking about Savarkar, to be honest, unless he was being
Mm,
glorified.
mm,
Again, I don't know the text, whether he was, what was the tone of the text would also matter, because I feel like giving more information about RSS and Savarkar and all the things
mm, mm.
is way more important than not giving it at all. uh,
Yeah.
what do you think
But
about
I
this?
but I also think कि अभी फिर ये like अभी कुछ हफ्ते पहले when they removed the Mughals from the textbook,
Hmm.
then all people of a certain sort of ideology were like, अरे क्यों निकाल रहे हो, you know, they belong there.
Hmm.
So now the other side must be feeling like that. कि अरे Savarkar was so important, why did you remove
Hmm.
Savarkar?
Hmm.
So this will
Hmm.
keep happening. Whichever dispensation comes, according they will pick and cherry pick according to their ideology, whatever they
Hmm.
want in to be in the textbooks. What is getting harder is like I think at least a couple of till a couple of decades ago there were historians and people we used to look up to which we used to consider as objective. कि हाँ,
Hmm.
these are the experts, whatever they say should be in the
Hmm.
course material. Now that is going away. Now every historian, every history professor is seen with a certain lens कि ये इसको
Yeah.
favor करता है इसलिए इसको ये चाहिए.
Hmm.
There must be enough learned professors out there who would say that these parts of Savarkar's life should be in the course because
Hmm.
they tell you something about the history of the
Hmm.
nation, or these parts of the Mughals should be in there because they're important. But अभी वो नहीं हो रहा है. अभी जिसको जो
Hmm.
cherry pick करके डालना है वही डाल रहे हैं. So I think it's up to the students to kind of figure out the quote unquote objective history on their own.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's what I was also about to say, that there are some things about Savarkar you should know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
he is a beloved figure
Hmm,
in a
hmm,
bunch of
hmm.
places. And I mean, giving facts about what he was, who he was, I don't
Yeah,
think that should harm anyone.
yeah.
And also, like the Karnataka government, speaking of which, they also, I think, overturned the anti-conversion
Conversion.
law.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, which is so like proper front foot पे खेल रहे हैं हम लोग,
Yes.
मतलब बीजेपी ने जो भी किया है रिवर्स करो.
Reverse करो.
And the funny thing is, it was so bizarre. Okay, so like when this happened, I was looking at Twitter, and some
Hmm,
obviously like ANI or PTI ने किसी ने
hmm,
update दिया
hmm,
कि anti conversion. I looked नीचे, of course some BJP supporter is like, haha, you know what. The thing is, the Congress people were responding, and I was like, wait, are these bucks dressed up as Congress? Because they sound
hmm.
exactly like that now.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so freaky. Rahul Gandhi ka photo लगा के ए चल ना जाना पाकिस्तान तू यहाँ पे रहना. I mean, they might be being sarcastic, but
Sure.
still in my
Yeah.
head I was like,
Yeah.
wait a second. मैंने भी वही सोचा कि तेरे को अगर पसंद नहीं है ना ये लॉ, तो
हाँ.
निकल तू, निकल. Someone was like secular and socialist हटा दो.
हाँ.
And again someone उसके नीचे भी responded, तेरे को पसंद नहीं है ना तो निकल जा, तू पाकिस्तान चले जा, because वहां के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में बिल्कुल नहीं है. Great. uh, so there is I think कहाँ पे है? Vimo is saying the head balance situation is something that has always flummoxed artists. There are some comics that have done the great head mounting. Wait, is he talking about
Oh.
Ravan's heads?
Ravan's head, yeah.
Ravan's heads, yeah, yeah.
How is it balanced? Yeah.
Oh, 9 and 5.
Exactly, yeah.
That way, right? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's true. I was, yeah, like every time there was a Ravan character in any Ramlila, whatever, it
Hmm,
was
hmm.
lopsided.
Yeah, because I mean, if it had to be five either side, then what comes after the neck, right? कि नेक के
राइट।
ऊपर तो एक सर है ही,
दो ने कैसे?
तो अब आपको 9 तो अब आपको 9 और ऐड करने हैं, तो कैसे करोगे? एक साइड पे 5 डालने पड़ेंगे, एक साइड पे 4 डालने पड़ेंगे।
राइट।
So it's like
No, but
why isn't yeah.
there are these creatures, no, I think ogres who have two heads, and like so it can be like two necks, two heads, then
2
it's
is
like
still
this.
2 is an even number is still balanced, right?
हाँ
It's the
हाँ हाँ,
odd number which is the problem. अगर 3
yeah,
सर होंगे तो how will you place it?
that's
One on
true.
either side.
It's a very so basically Adipurusha solved the problem,
Kind of,
is
yeah.
what we like,
With
by
ex
making him look like grapes.
yeah,
They solved the problem. Yeah,
yeah.
like one head in the middle, nine heads circling around.
Around it, exactly. Yeah,
Something like that. Nice,
yeah.
nice, nice. I agree with this creative choice now. um, wait. So Avlok has given some sample dialogues from the movie. I think everybody
Okay.
is just like Adi Purush now. So जो हमारी बहनों को हाथ लगाएगा उनकी लंका जला देंगे. Huh? Okay. Another
लंका
dialogue is
लगा देंगे.
लंका लगा देंगे.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the टपोरी part.
Oh
लंका
wow.
लगा देंगे.
तेरी बुआ का बगीचा है जो हवा खाने आ गया, जली ना तेरी अब और जले.
Oh
What?
yeah, yeah, yeah. जली ना तेरी, even Nikhil was telling me like there are जली ना तेरी तो जलेगी, like the word jalna has been used in a very
Wait,
टपोरी
is
way.
this Hanuman saying all these things?
I
Because jali na
guess.
teri like pooch wala scene.
I think so.
That
Yeah,
might.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, memes incoming.
Yeah. Yes.
Memes.
I think when this film arrives on OTT, it'll be the most GIFed movie ever.
I think so. Oh my god. Then there is कपड़ा तेरे बाप का, तेल तेरे बाप का, आग भी तेरे बाप की तो
हाँ,
जलेगी भी तेरे बाप की.
बाप की.
What?
Yeah, yeah. These are in Adi Purush, an adaptation of the Ramayana, one of the
No,
greatest
dude.
epics of India.
I think this is not it. I can't believe this.
It is, it is. I have first-hand account of this, so it's very true.
Oh my good lord. Like why is he sounding like a tapori
Exactly. Yeah.
from like wherever? What? Okay, this is short circuiting me a little bit now.
Are you rethinking your Gadar decision?
No, I'm gonna watch Sunny Paji take out hand pump and beat
Yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah.
Much better for my brains and mental health,
Hmm.
clearly, right? And again, I don't know, like वो एक सीट पे मैं बैठ जाऊंगा, मुझे अब उसका डर लग रहा है. It's
नहीं, गदर पे
like
आप किसी भी सीट पे बैठो, कोई टेंशन
गदर
नहीं
पे
है.
ठीक है, गदर पे ठीक है. Um, That is Jayesh was asking, have you guys seen Rahul Gandhi's YouTube channel recently? He did a video on Indian truck drivers and then truck drivers
Okay.
in the states and his thoughts on what he seeks to achieve. I saw glimpses of it.
Even I saw
Um,
glimpses of it, not the whole thing.
yeah, he there is a clip I saw where he was listening to Sidhu Moosewala, I think,
Oh, really?
in a
Okay.
in an American truck, one of the
Okay.
songs, and saying I miss him or whatever.
अच्छा.
Indian truck तो वो हुआ था ना कि like I think he traveled from one place to the other and the ANI made a big deal out of it also कि truck
Oh,
से जा
okay.
रहा है types कुछ तो भी. I
The
haven't
one
seen
I
either of
saw,
them.
the one I saw is he's asking them how much they make in a month, or how
अच्छा.
much do truck drivers in a month make in America in a month, and
Hmm.
the truck driver gives them an answer, I think in lakhs, and he's very surprised that truck drivers यहाँ इतना बना लेते हैं. So
Hmm.
I saw that clip. But ये
Oh,
वाला नहीं
is
देखा
it
मैंने.
like he's contrasting the two? Maybe that's the video. I haven't seen the video.
Maybe.
That sounds
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Congress is really up their content game. Huh?
That's true.
Yeah, like this is actually like I don't know what the video is, but if that's interesting. Uh, because I remember him getting on an Indian truck.
Okay.
He did the same in the US. I did not know, but
He's
that's a
in the
great
US.
way to contrast.
Yeah, he's in a truck in the US, but the truck driver and the person with him are Indians only.
हाँ वो देखा मैंने
Yeah,
वो
yeah, yeah.
Indians थे. Yeah.
Mm.
I'll watch this. Jayesh, thank you for the recommendation. Vimo is saying also Ravan character art from animated drama and anime movie. Uh,
Oh,
oh, that
is he
anime movie.
the 90s ka anime movie? I think
Hmm,
that's
hmm,
still the most faithful and like well done adaptation of the Ramayana
hmm.
for the big screen. So also the voice cast they used, like Amrish Puri was like all respect to the man, but he was made to voice Ravan, the Amrish Puri voice. And
Hmm.
I think Dara Singh did Hanuman. I'm not sure. Correct me, Vimo, if I'm
Right.
wrong. But it was a Japanese production, but the voice cast that they did for India was also like impeccable. It was perfect.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I remember that was a
it was
glorious
very well done. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
series. Yeah, yeah. Like I watched it very diligently.
Mm.
Um, okay, let's take feedback, Abbas. We
Sure.
have feedback on the liberalism episode, so uh,
Yes.
let's go with that.
Is
Okay,
it
so
don't be a liberal?
no, there's some. It's detailed, very nice,
Okay.
detailed. I'm only
Feedback.
reading detailed things. Some have said
Sure.
that you can mention my name. Some are like don't.
Okay.
Um, so one, I think Manish. I'm supposed to mention his name. Yes. So he said he said a decent job. Guys, we're talking about feedback for the episode called What is a Liberal? What is
Mm,
Liberalism? Where
mm.
Abbas, me, and Nikhil, basically the three Liberandus in office,
Yes.
discuss whether we are liberals or not and try to prove how the other one is not a liberal all the
Yeah.
time. I noticed that now. I heard the episode again and I was like, I was calling you, I was challenging you, you were like, तू liberal नहीं है, and you were telling me, अच्छा तू भी liberal नहीं है, तो कोई भी
Yeah.
liberal
Yeah.
नहीं है. So by the end of the episode, I think everyone was like, are we
Are we
really?
liberals?
Are we really? So please listen to that episode. It's very fun. So the
Yeah.
uska ye feedback aaya. A decent job. They were partially correct on the core tenets of liberalism, but they spent a lot of time on right to property, which is true. The rent thing we got very
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
involved in.
Mm,
A major criticism of liberalism is its belief that individuals are rational beings. Instead, I think they're greedy and selfish and often discriminatory, as we also pointed out, winning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So social justice is left out. This is especially important in Western context where liberalism shares space and is influenced by capitalism. Also, isn't free markets a natural extension of liberalism in what case, especially in that case, especially in the American case? Which raises another question. If everyone is free to behave freely, they maximize their own benefits. Then a high amount of inequality is generated, leaving weaker sections in a bad position. While a strong rule of law can protect these sections, inequality is a feature of capitalism, which liberalism does nothing to solve. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying liberalism in capitalist world is actually helping capitalism. Maybe
Okay. Hmm.
it's a
In
fascinating argument.
like in effect defeating the purpose of liberalism. Is that it?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
But then that's the thing. I think it's like the American. He keeps saying it's in the American context.
Correct.
I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not sure if we really ended up defining Indian liberalism, to be honest, because I feel like this nomenclature of "ए तू liberal है" has
Huh.
come up in the recent few decade only.
I think, and also in the last couple of years, any point of view that is not on the uh, uh, to like on the right of
Hmm. Hmm.
this thing, you are termed as a liberal. Whereas
Hmm.
I think usme bhi shades hai. I don't know if you were able to tick off all the shades or explain all the shades. I
Hmm.
think we
Hmm.
tried. I think
We tried, yeah.
in that video someone has commented Abbas has such illiberal arguments. So I
I
also
know.
started thinking, okay, am I? So yeah,
The thing about I think the whole thing about banning movies, right?
huh,
Like, so I think from like Nikhil was like nahi ban karna chahiye, and you were like
huh,
no, there are some cases where it
huh,
might be
huh.
okay to ban,
Yeah,
etc.,
yeah, yeah.
which is very liberal of you. Like, as a liberal,
But
not okay.
actually, I didn't say outright ban karo, but I was like of the opinion ke maybe take off the controversial parts. But then I'm like, then I'm censoring the thing,
Exactly,
which might be even worse than
exactly,
banning the thing. So yeah, I don't know.
exactly.
I
The
will have to
curse
listen
of
to
a
that
liberal.
episode. Yeah.
This is the curse of a liberal. But yeah, thank you for that feedback, Manish.
Hmm.
Very fascinating. Okay, so the other feedback that we got from people, I will not mention them because a bunch of them were saying this,
Okay.
that with ELI 10,
Hmm.
the third person, who is the union leader of spectators,
Yeah.
um, some people like that whole format where the union leader of spectators essentially like just jumps in and
Hmm.
like tada question,
Yeah.
which I can't even do. But some people are like, that's annoying.
Huh.
So there is like a good balance of it actually. So
Hmm.
going forward, we are trying to essentially change the format a little bit, but there's still like that mystery which people like, but also
Hmm.
like a little more preparation. We are
Hmm.
going to give the topic to the ULOs 24 hours before recording,
Hmm.
but we will not tell them who the guest is. So we will just give them the question 24 hours before, and then they can basically come like with some basic preparation, right?
Yeah.
We have tried that for a few episodes now. I
Hmm.
think that has gone well. So I
Hmm.
think we are going to do that more. And the other feedback is that people really like our internal episodes, the
Oh,
ELI
great.
10 episode. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
one we did on liberalism, the one we
Hmm.
did on defamation. So they're
Hmm.
they're saying that, oh, please do more of
Hmm.
these.
Hmm. Hmm.
So Abbas, we should come up with like topics. Like for
Definitely.
example, ELI 10 on like this whole Manipur situation, for
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
might actually be a good way to go. Or
Yeah.
there are a few things we are also coming up with in the near future on ELI 10. Um, like we did the ideology series, we are
Hmm.
coming up with another series which I will not spoil yet. But I think Abbas knows what I'm talking about, uh, or not. I don't
I
know.
don't
Do you
think I
know?
know.
I don't.
You might have
Yeah,
mentioned it in passing,
I
but I
yeah
can't
yeah
recall
yeah
right
yeah
now.
yeah. हमारे चैनल के बारे में और बात करना चाहिए हमको नहीं लाइक एआई एक दूसरे के साथ like two shows. But yeah, there is another series we are planning, a longer
Mhm.
one, which I think will be very fun. So you
Oh
might
yeah,
see
yeah.
a
Now I
yeah,
remember. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Mm,
you might see a new co-host for ELI 10 for a bit,
mm,
which we are very excited about. But yeah.
mm.
So yeah, any page 10 updates or feedback do you have, a bus which you want to share with people?
Nothing that stands out right now. I would just like to say thanks to that one person who goes on every video and says कि three Librandus talking. I think कि वो
Yes,
मुझे लगता है कि ऐसे अच्छा ठीक है चलो ये hate watch कर रहा है जो भी कर रहा है but at least देख रहा है. So shout out
diligently he
to
comments.
yeah
Diligently he
diligently.
comments कि three Librandos आ गए
Yeah,
वापस, three Librandos talking.
yeah.
Yeah, great, great.
And for pastel like you mentioned ke I think the conversation that we have is the crux of the episode that
Hmm.
people like, because I think because it's a show where we are discussing stuff that happened in the past week, people
Hmm.
come in with a fair amount of knowledge of the topic that we are discussing,
Hmm.
so they don't I think explaining it to them took a lot of time, but actually exchanging thoughts about it is the core of the episode that people like. So
But
like
that
you
is
said,
the actual internal debate, right, Abbas? Which
yeah,
is so.
yeah.
I mean, we don't know exactly, right?
Mm,
Which is
mm,
essentially like we are right now assuming that people come in with like a basic understanding of the
yeah,
story, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
we get to the discussion faster. But my other brain also says that no, maybe people are coming here to just get the news first. कि हुआ क्या
Huh.
है boss
Mm,
exactly,
mm, mm,
and
mm.
then get to the discussion. So in that
Yeah.
case, the fact needs to be like heavy in the front and then later.
Mm.
But again, we'll strike a balance maybe,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm,
because I have been pitching this show to a lot of people, just internally कि अरे
mm.
न्यूज़ नहीं फॉलो करते वो लोग होते हैं ना, अरे
Huh.
हम न्यूज़ नहीं फॉलो, बहुत so toxic guys, very toxic, everything is very toxic. उनको मैं पिच कर रहा हूँ ये शो बिकॉज़
Huh.
उनके लिए बना रहे हैं कि
Right,
if you
right.
are someone who does not follow the news and does not want
Mm.
to follow the news,
Huh.
this is a podcast for you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they like, I mean, हम थोड़ा टॉक्सिसिटी कम कर रहे हैं.
Also, I wanted to say that we're trying to get more, we're trying to get some questions in from the listeners and viewers also. So,
Yeah,
if while
yeah.
watching page 10, if you feel like you disagree with something or you would add to something, then send us mail it or DM your point to us, and then we'll
Hmm.
bring it up in the next episode.
Hmm.
So, our founder Amit Doshi had this thing कि जब हम न्यू पार्लियामेंट के बारे में बात कर रहे थे, so he had this thing about the what's that Meghnad
Delimitation.
delimitation जब अगर
Hmm.
होगा या जब होगा, तो we spoke about the north south divide. He had a
Hmm.
question about what will be the urban rural divide. I think that
Yeah.
was a interesting thing. So
So
if you
I
had
am coming. Yeah, so that was
Go ahead.
actually what led me to actually find someone who can do an episode on
Right.
census on
Mm,
ELI 10. We have
great.
one option. So, like,
Nice.
what we were thinking was, so what Amit's question was that if the urban population has increased and the rural population has migrated, how will that change the
Mm,
seat share, urban
mm,
versus rural, right? So
mm.
again, हमारे पास अभी तो कुछ डेटा है ही नहीं.
हाँ.
2011 का डेटा है हमारे पास सेंसस का,
Hmm.
which is like very long ago,
More than a decade, huh? Old.
more than a decade ago.
Mm.
It should have happened in 2021, didn't
Yeah.
happen. So we
Mm.
are actually trying to find someone who will explain कि अभी जो पॉलिसी मेकिंग हो रहा है
Mm.
from 21 till now 23,
Mm.
they
Mm.
are still basing it on the 2011 data,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Mm.
like तुम लोग मतलब फिर एस्टिमेशन, बजट एस्टिमेशन, एवरीथिंग, पॉलिसी प्लानिंग सब तुम 2011 के
पूरा
हिसाब
नहीं
से
कर
कर
रहे
रहे
हो,
हो.
हाँ.
So then we are trying to figure out ki what will the new census look like,
Yeah,
what will
yeah,
it
yeah.
mean. So usme I will try to answer this
Cool.
question. Yeah.
Mm.
Should we take more comments?
Yes, sure.
Jayesh is saying 8 lakhs a month, which means the truck
Make 8
driver,
lakh a month. Yeah, yeah.
8 lakhs a month. Okay.
Hmm. Let's move.
Then let's move. And because one people, one world,
Yeah.
strange name, is saying UK needs truckers. So I think we should apply. Uh, okay. Cyrus prayed Angad in the English version of Ramayana anime. Oh,
Yes. He
right.
voiced Angad. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Mm,
He's voiced Angad. He's also done a lot of smaller voices because apparently, this is what he told me. Cyrus, being Cyrus, would turn up at the studio way before time, and then the engineers would just use him for like extra parts. Like if a Vanar Sena had to yell at some point, or किसी को grunt करना है, किसी को एक line बोलनी है, तो वो सब उससे करवा लेते थे.
Cyrus being Cyrus, treating the studio
Yeah,
like a gym also.
yeah.
Like showing up before time. वो रिवील हो गया क्या साइरस का?
Oh yeah, yeah. Cyrus is going to be on Big Boss. It has been announced, and 17th is the premiere episode.
Oh,
So
tomorrow. Oh.
it's tomorrow. Yeah, today is the
Okay,
16th. So, huh?
this is the first time ever I'm going to watch Big Boss now because of
Same, same.
Cyrus. I'm like, you go. Like, I mean, Cyrus, मैं वोट लाएगा तेरे लिए अब तो.
Dude, he's gonna be with
कैंपेन
Puneet.
करेंगे.
He's gonna be inside with Puneet Superstar. You know Puneet Superstar, right?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, Meghnad. Puneet Superstar. मैं बयान नहीं कर सकता हूँ कौन है.
बता
Just
बता.
check out. Dude, so he is this completely unhinged person on. He got famous on TikTok, and then TikTok फिर बैन हो गया तो वो Instagram पे आया. बट वो पागल आदमी है, मतलब वो अगर सुष्मिता सेन का बर्थडे है, सो अ लॉट ऑफ हिज इंस्टा रील्स गो वायरल. ही कॉल्स रिच पीपल कोठी बंगले वाले लोग, ये कोठी बंगले वाले लोग बैठे रहते हैं और ऐसा करते हैं वैसा करते हैं, यू नो. एंड लाइक आज मेरे फेवरेट हीरोइन का बर्थडे है, मैं केक खाऊंगा, तो ही जस्ट टेक्स अ बाइट ऑफ द केक एंड ही ड्रिंक्स कोका कोला स्पिलिंग ऑल ओवर. ही इज एब्सोल्युटली अनहिंज्ड. और वो
Oh.
एक दिन में कुछ 15-16 रील्स डालता है. मतलब वो जब वो ही इज लाइक क्वांटिटी ओवर क्वालिटी. वो भर दे, ही फ्लड्स his pages with the whole thing. He's called
Damn.
Puneet Superstar, and he has like many followers. And please watch his reels
Okay.
if you have time.
This
मतलब
sound, and he's in Big Boss.
he's in Big Boss this season.
Oh, amazing.
So yeah, ये
Exciting.
कोठी बंगले वाले लोग इधर आ जाते हैं, हमारा जीना हराम कर दिया इन लोगों ने. He's
um,
just something else.
there's a comment from Jayesh
Hmm.
saying, Meghnad, you're being a political pundit. There's one more thing. I'm a political pundit? Oh, okay. There's one more thing I'd like to pick your brain on. I saw Shekhar Gupta taking on print podcast about talking on
Hmm.
print podcast about how BJP has won majority or seats even in majority of vote. Okay. Category in the year 2014 elections. Wait, I'm very confused with this question now. But they said that only in UP they won under 1 lakh category with less majority of votes because of two opposition. My question is, do you think although we know the election results beforehand for 2024, but still does the coalition impact? Wait, how do we know the election results?
I mean, the BJP is the odds-on favorite, is what he means. I think that we are not
Because of
expecting a
UP.
major upset. Is I think what he means.
Acha, okay,
Hmm.
okay. I don't predict results. 2024 is still far away according to me.
Hmm.
um, उस बीच में कुछ भी हो सकता है. एक साल है. एक साल in politics is a long, long time, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Protest come, protest go, COVID
Hmm.
comes, COVID goes, demonetization happens, कुछ भी हो सकता है. Like, I mean, just don't predict. That's my rule with political stuff. Also, if I do make predictions, I like to go on the ground and then see.
Right.
And as you can tell, मैं ग्राउंड पे जाएगा जनरल इलेक्शंस के लिए तो पागल हो जाएगा. किधर किधर जाए. Can't. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't like predicting numbers in
Right.
2024. Also,
Hmm.
it takes away the excitement, no?
Hmm. Hmm.
Like, कल क्या होने वाला है. पता नहीं कल क्या होने वाला है. किसका कटने वाला है. All
But
that fun goes away.
Meghnad, you are saying you're talking about going on the ground for elections. आजकल तो बारिश भी स्टूडियो से कवर होती है. You've seen that
Oh,
clip of the
dude,
Republic
yes,
journalist, right?
that was so
तूफान
fun.
स्टूडियो में से कवर हो रहा है.
Yeah, yeah. I did a cameo for Nuisance this week.
Oh,
On
okay.
that only, I parody किया उसका थोड़ा सा. We will see it tomorrow once it releases.
Sure.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
just to give context to the people, Republic Bharat, I believe,
Yeah.
had this unhinged clip again of this lady with an umbrella going la 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 la. अरे देखो cyclone आ रहा है बच के रहना in studio while cyclone is in the background,
Mm.
and it's not even an Indian cyclone. It's
Yeah.
from Chicago or something, like some dramatic footage from Chicago.
Yeah.
Uh, but anyway, that was like. But the funniest thing, Abbas, was
Huh.
Juhi Chawla trolled her.
Oh, really? I don't know about
On her
this.
Twitter. On her Twitter. So like she sneaky. She
Huh.
basically posted a similar scene from फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी,
Okay.
where she's a reporter and
Huh.
she's like, oh my god, बारिश आ रही है. Oh, like आप कितना. And the guy, there is a guy who runs in and is like, oh मेरा तो घर उजड़ गया, बहुत बारिश हो
Huh.
रही है, सरकार को
Hmm.
बोलो कुछ करने के लिए. And then the camera zooms out and
Hmm.
it's a set. And then the guy's like,
Ah.
cut it, अरे मस्त काम किया. So and उसके नीचे she's playing the Republic का clip. And like, dude, Juhi
Oh.
Chawla. Never expected this from Juhi Chawla.
Nice.
Yeah.
Millennial mind is saying she's a method anchor.
She's the same one who did the whole Deepika drugs लेती हो
Oh,
Deepika.
okay. Hmm.
She's the same one.
काफी
And I
डेडिकेटेड है
think,
वो.
yeah, I think she's also the one who like was harassing Riya outside her house.
हाँ,
Like
okay.
black magic वाला जो हुआ था ना.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, अरे आंटी black magic करते हैं क्या यहाँ पे? That's basically the same person. It's like, um, okay, logically is saying, Meghnad, how will you advise Aam Aadmi Party and Congress to come together in Haryana, Delhi and all India?
Please advise Meghnad.
अब बस मुझे इतना ऊंचा दर्जा मिलता है इस दुनिया में आजकल, मैं क्या बताऊं तुझे. How will you advise? मैं क्या एडवाइस दूं? बस तू ही दे दे.
I mean, Delhi, why would they come together? Because, of course, they came together for that brief period when AAP won the very first election. And I think then that government fell in like 11 days, I think 11 or 12 days. Uh, so, Delhi mein to nahi hoga. And I don't know, man. It's
But one
difficult.
one
But,
thing one
yeah.
thing we can say after the Karnataka, I think we spoke about it a lot in page 10 also, right? About
Mm-hmm.
I think Anusha was there on both
Yeah.
episodes of
Yeah.
Karnataka elections.
Hmm.
So wahan pe she pointed out how the local leadership did the heavy lifting
Yeah. Yeah.
for Karnataka Congress, and how the National Congress people also allowed that.
Hmm.
Because usually top down
Yeah.
से जब control होने लगता है तो regional people basically can't do much. But in
Yeah.
the case of Karnataka, apparently they were given a free hand.
Yeah.
They were told ki, like, or you understand the issues better. They came up with a manifesto also
Hmm.
themselves, like
Hmm.
DK Shiv Kumar and all the
Hmm.
people.
Hmm.
And finally they pulled off the result, right? So
Hmm.
यहाँ पे भी, and that is basically the game plan for all state elections.
Hmm.
right? BJP does the same thing. I mean, like if
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ground level is strong, then
sure.
everything is good. तो यहाँ पे
Yeah.
कांग्रेस का वही है कि उनको बेसिकली ग्राउंड लेवल पे जितने लोग हैं they'll have to bring them together, they'll have to enthuse them,
Hmm.
encourage them,
Hmm.
and make them fight.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. And Aam Aadmi Party ka I think he asked Aam Aadmi Party and Congress together.
Coalition, yeah.
या कोएलिशन होगा ये मुझे नहीं पता बॉस like there's this
हाँ,
very funny clip of Varun Grover that I saw of how um, Arvind Kejriwal basically is like so confused. He's like he जाता है कांग्रेस के पास ये चल दोस्ती कर ले
हाँ,
and then
हाँ,
is like and then when they're saying no they're like "ए, क्या बदतमीज लोग हो तुम लोग and you
हाँ,
know whatever
हाँ,
whatever like सब
हाँ,
सब सब चोर हो तुम लोग then he
हाँ,
goes back at night and they're like हाँ दे दे like दोस्ती कर ले and they're like no and it's like अरे देखो तुम लोग ऐसे like तुम बी टीम हो तुम ये हो so basically his whole thing is कि like बहुत switcheroo होता है वहां पे
okay. Have you seen Kamra's new video?
oh so good so good
Yeah, the one where he's talking about the
Hmm.
Modi ji and
Modi ji,
Rahul
yeah,
Gandhi, and
yeah.
then he says इन सब के बीच में अरविंद केजरीवाल रोज नायक देख के पहुंच जाता है.
डायरेक्टली की बात करता है इस लाइक बस्ती जल रही है वो बकेट लेके आएगा और फिर नहाने लगेगा इस लाइक कितने ईमानदारी से नहा रहा हूँ मैं बट या आई डोंट नो मैन लाइक लॉजिकली मैं नहीं बता सकता ये सब वो अंदरूनी बातें कैसे बता
Yeah,
सकते हैं हम
that's true.
या
Also, I still don't think Aam Aadmi Party, I still can't figure them out. There's a lot of switcheroo and a lot of dilly-dallying on their core ideology. So I still don't know where they stand. But yeah,
they have one thing Aam Aadmi Party has realized is that wherever you know like the Congress has left a vacuum, they can just fill it.
they fill it up. Yeah, that's true.
So now
Mm.
if Congress is on a resurgence, then that
Mm.
vacuum doesn't exist. Then Aam Aadmi
Correct.
Party is in trouble essentially.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, that's also a thing. So I
Mm.
don't think they might ally. I'm
Mm.
not sure,
Even I
but
don't
it
think
just
so. Yeah.
seems super counterproductive right now.
Right.
And oh, there was another clip I saw of Saurav Bharadwaj, I think his name is,
Okay.
their MLA.
Hmm.
He was giving a press conference and cursing the Congress कि
Okay.
वो हमारा मैनिफेस्टो चुराते हैं
Huh.
गारंटी वर्ड चुरा लिया हमारे मैनिफेस्टो से और तुम्हारे मैनिफेस्टो में डाल दिया like so it was very like अरे कैसे करते हो तुम लोग so well done Groovy is asking do you still work for News Laundry no I work here like right here at IVM podcast. Um, Rajat, I am wondering what would be the final. matlab Rajat is saying, I am
Hmm.
wondering what would be the final move of BJP.
Master
Masterstroke.
stroke. Can I take a guess?
हाँ,
So we're going to polls in what I think around April, May
yeah, yeah,
next year,
yeah,
and the gates to the Ayodhya Ram Mandir open in January. So I think that will be the ultimate masterstroke when buses will ply from all over India to go to Ayodhya,
yeah.
and that I
That is
think
the
is the
campaign.
that is the campaign.
Basically,
Yeah,
the Rathratra 2.0.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a very legit
Hmm.
plan.
Hmm.
Well done, Abbas. बीजेपी को एडवाइस कर रहे हो अब? ऐसा हो गया ऐसा
अब कांग्रेस आपको नहीं कर रहे तो किसी को तो करे ना बीजेपी को ही कर रहे थे.
समझते क्या हो खुद को तुमको लगता है वो क्लूलेस है क्या but yeah did you guys hear the rally of Kejriwal accusing the government कौन सा government
That's
like
every Arvind Kejriwal rally.
which one is there any change in Maharashtra after SC verdict oh ये वाला the Shinde faction वाला verdict
हाँ, where they were like we would have given Uddhav but he resigned before the floor test तो अभी तुम
right
लोग
right
रख लो जो है.
we
I
covered
don't
that on
think
page 10 also
we briefly did. I don't think
Hmm.
anything has changed. I think if anything there is this concerted effort now again to sort of bring the whole Hindutva thing here also because I think in a couple
Hmm.
of villages these not exactly mahapanchayats but these rallies are springing up where there are hateful speeches being made and I
Hmm.
think Kalim was on one of our episodes page 10 episodes documenting that So I see spurts of that. I don't know if it will get to cities like Pune and Maharashtra, but in smaller towns, definitely
Pune
there
and
is that.
Mumbai, you mean?
Sorry?
Pune
Oh,
and
Pune and
Mumbai, you
Mumbai.
mean?
I'm sorry, I said
Yeah, yeah.
Maharashtra. Pune,
Hmm.
Mumbai, Nashik, I don't know. But in
Hmm.
the smaller towns and smaller villages, I can sense that they're trying to get that feeling going
Hmm.
again. So, if anything, now up to मतलब legitimacy मिल गया है उनके इसको government
Hmm.
को in some sense. So I think no,
Like
there
they
has
were
been
so
no.
happy, both of them. That
Yeah,
अरे चोरी किया but पकड़े गए but कुछ नहीं हुआ. Yes, that is us. The boys are back.
yeah.
But
So I don't know
you
if
know
the
did you see
will
that
be
ad, Abbas?
which ad.
Oh, you don't know. So there was this ad that was published in most newspapers in
Mhm,
Maharashtra,
mhm.
where I don't know who approved this exactly. I think it's Shinde. He
Okay.
basically said he's more popular than Devendra Fadnavis for chief minister's candidate. Like if
Oh,
the poll is done today, he's more popular. But then there's another line before that saying that BJP has very less chances of winning elections anyway. I don't
oh.
understand this. It's a NVA will have more. Why you do? And it was bizarre that ad. Just look at it. I had tweeted it also,
Okay, okay, I'll
saying
take
that
a look.
Shindeji likes being humiliated by his own allies. So it's like, क्यों sign off किया इस पे? But so apparently after that, there were two events where Devendra Fadnavis ji and Shinde ji were supposed to go
Mhm,
together,
mhm.
and they didn't go. कैंसल कर दिया
Oh,
मतलब कुछ तो चल रहा है.
हाँ, कुछ तो है.
That's the word now. That's the
Something is up. हाँ.
yeah. किसी मजा आएगा, मजा आएगा. Meghnad's character in Adipurush OP. Oh shit, yeah, Meghnad will be in. कौन है
Actually,
रे
I don't know.
एक्टर? कौन है?
I
Oh,
have no idea about this. Let
अरे
me see if
हाँ,
I can Google it.
very
या चैट ही
important.
बता
Thank
दो
you, Karthik.
कौन है उसमें.
Yeah, Karthik, please tell who is the actor. Chat, बताओ. Vimoy Singh last move will be UCC, by the way. Uh,
What is UCC?
Uniform
यूनिफॉर्म
Civil
सिविल
Code.
कोड. ओह हाँ, वो भी है. वो भी हो सकता है.
बहुत लास्ट मूव्स है.
मास्टर स्ट्रोक पे मास्टर स्ट्रोक.
वैसे कंपाउंडिंग इफेक्ट से मास्टर स्ट्रोक फेंकेंगे ऐसे एक एक करके.
Okay,
Uh,
apparently it's someone called Siddharth Shukla,
hmm,
who's playing Meghnad in
hmm.
the thing.
With a
So yeah, there
TH.
you go with a TH.
With a TH. Great. Like मेरा फ्लड नहीं होगा फालतू में फिर मतलब टीएच वाले को ढूंढते रहेंगे वो लोग. But yeah, that's a great incentive to see that movie. Like Karthik, if you have seen it, can you tell me वो रोल कितना बड़ा है? Important, important. अगर एक ही सीन में है तो फिर फालतू
हाँ, तो मतलब
मतलब
नहीं है.
बुरा
हाँ.
लगेगा मुझे तो. Whole body tattooed.
Oh, Meghnad's
वो
whole body is tattooed in the movie, I think.
अरे क्या बात है. Okay, so I think before 2024 elections, something will happen in Pokhran. नहीं रे कुणाल, ऐसे conspiracy theories हम नहीं spread करते, please. This is a legitimate, very factual channel
Yeah, yeah,
called All About
absolutely.
Now.
Yes.
Abbas is a professional. Please don't insult him. मैं एक बार बोल भी दूं, but Abbas will never allow these things.
Not at all.
Not at all. Mm. Okay, I think we are almost out of time. Abbas, do
Yeah,
you want to like just plug your show once and then we will end this?
sure. So the show is called Page 10. The audio episode goes out every Monday. The video also goes out on Monday. If not on Monday, then early Tuesday because we are often on a timeline when we are
Hmm.
recording it. So check it out. It's hosted by me. Every episode is Meghnad along with me. Though next week I will not be on the episode because I'm on leave. So we'll
Hmm.
see who all the panelists are. But yeah, it's me, Meghnad, and usually we're joined by one more panelist, and we speak about preferably something that happened in the past week. Each panelist brings their piece of news to the table. We give a small explainer, and then we have a healthy discussion about it. I like to call it the opposite of the 9 p.m. news, where we let
Yes.
everybody talk and put their points across. So yeah, check it out. It's a current affairs show that we do our best to put out every week. And yeah, it's available on the All About
Yeah.
Now feed where you're watching this very Instagram, YouTube live,
Mhm.
and also available on your favorite podcasting platforms.
Yes. I have a request for everyone who is watching. You might all know a person who says, "Oh my God, news is so toxic. I don't like it. I don't watch it anymore. I can't handle it. मेरे दिमाग में बहुत कुछ होने लगता है." People like that, I know you know. Please
Yeah.
share page 10 with them. Please
Already
share.
there's so much bad news. Why should I add to it?
एग्जैक्टली उनको बोलना तुम ट्रेडमिल पे जब मस्त बॉडी बना रहे हो वहां पे
हाँ,
पेज 10 सुनो
हाँ.
like very fun things happen because
Mm.
think about it last week we also covered Apple का vision
Yeah, Vision Pro.
like बहुत ओपिनियन थे सबके मेरे तो बहुत ज्यादा थे एंड आई एम वेरी सरप्राइज्ड एप्पल हेटर्स नहीं आए मेरे पे like Apple bucks or whatever they are called. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
if they even exist, but I was like
Oh, they
hoping
do.
for them. They do?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
But I think they're too rich to care about
That's
people like
true.
us. So
Huh.
it's like,
That's
yeah.
possible.
So, but yeah, but guys, so we
They,
cover things like that
they,
also.
they, they are the very people who we are talking about who are not aware of the news. So please share
Oh
with them.
shit!
तो एप्पल विजन प्रो के ही थ्रू उनको ऐसे स्लाइड कर दो ये सुना
But
है तुमने
but I have to say that that episode has been covered by three Garibs who own none of who own any Apple products, and
That's true.
it's like oh Nivedita is like oh my god Vision Pro so exciting can't afford it but exciting, and all of us are like yeah same.
Yeah.
So please do check that out. I
Hmm.
host a show called Explain Like I'm 10. Explain Like I'm 10 is asking small questions which have some big complicated answers. One of the better episodes that we did recently, other than the ideology series, we also did an episode called What is Government. You should
Hmm.
definitely check that one out. It was with Shubhashish Bhadra and
Hmm.
Noel. Um, and he has written a book called How Too Much Government is Holding India Back. Uh, and very fascinating episode. I mean, we had a lot of fun.
Hmm.
Shubhashish had a lot of fun, and I know when a guest has fun because they keep sharing the clips from that episode
Right.
themselves, which is great, which means he had fun. So he's been doing that. So mission accomplished. Please do check ELI 10 out. And also, How to Citizen is available
Yeah.
the entire season. Season 2 is available on this platform. So you can go check that out as well. Like, share, follow, subscribe, do all the things. And please,
Yeah.
please share this feed with your friends, family, girlfriends, boyfriends, whoever else, partners. And pets are important. So, pets, please. We need more dog listeners. Okay. Chalo, fir then bye, Abbas.
Cool. Bye
Nice
bye. It
talking to
was
you,
fun.
man. Yeah.
Same here.
Have
Yes.
fun. Leave pe ja rahe ho.
Thank you
So
so
have
much.
fun. Bye.